Sometimes the usual actions that we do on a daily basis and unconsciously lead to terrible consequences. One of these seemingly harmless things is going to the bathroom at night. There are many myths and fairy tales about monsters in the mirrors, but I've always been skeptical about this. I was sure that it was thought up by people prone to excessive mystification. At first I convinced myself that everything was fine and nothing was happening. Every night I woke up around 1 in the morning and went to the bathroom with my eyes half closed. The window in the room turned out to be ajar, although I was freeze and close it before going to bed. Apparently from fatigue after work I forgot to close it, but it was the same over the weekend. Then I had a strange feeling that someone was lying next to me when I was sleeping. I live alone and always sleep on the same side of the bed, but in the morning the other side was also crushed. Everything changed in one day. I still remember it thoroughly. I got up at night as usual at the call of nature and went to the bathroom. Something got into my eye and I ran to the sink to rinse it out as soon as possible. When I raised my eyes to the mirror, I was just dumbfounded with horror. The distinct figure of a man stood behind me. He wasn't scary or with blue skin like they show in horror movies. He was ordinary, an ordinary man in his 30s, handsome and well-dressed. But there was something creepy in his gaze. I stood there and couldn't tear myself away from the reflection. It was as if my gaze was magnetized to him. I was numb with horror and couldn't even move. Eventually I was able to look away and ran into the room, slamming the door behind me. It all started from that day. I don't know how I was able to fall asleep. Apparently I fell down from an excess of emotions. But I woke up from the fact that someone invisible is holding my hand. I understood that it was most likely a night guest whom I saw in the mirror, but I didn't pull my hand away. I was afraid that if I moved he would do something to me. I wonder if I'll see him in the mirror again. Taking a small mirror from my makeup bag, I quietly opened it. He was there again. From that movement on I saw him in the reflection of the windows, even in the surface of the water in the bathroom. Gradually I began to avoid any surfaces that could show a reflection. But he definitely liked that I could see him, and he wasn't trying to hide. Every day I felt that he was near. He hugs me in my sleep, holds my hand when I read, but I haven't been outside for a week, it flashed through my head. I can't understand why, but I didn't want to leave the house. I wanted to stay inside as long as possible. It was like some kind of hypnosis. In a moment of sudden insight I realized that I had to finish it all. It won't end well. I immediately dressed and walked towards the front door. An invisible hand grabbed me and at first gently guided me back. He didn't want me to leave, but I was adamant. Then he got angry and the lock on the door closed. I tried to open it, but to no avail. I shouted, "Let me go, please," and pulled on the door handle, but he just seemed to get more angry. I felt myself being dragged into the bedroom. With a sudden movement I found myself on the bed, unable to move my arms. It was as if they were tied to something invisible. I tried to shout so that the neighbors could hear me, but it was useless. The sound almost didn't seem to come out of my throat. I decided that I would be able to deceive him, make him think that I wasn't going anywhere from him. After half a day of punishment, the hands were released. For several days I played by his rules. I didn't even try to escape. I ordered food through a delivery. I didn't talk to anyone on the phone. I even had to go on an unpaid leave at work by writing this by email. I've been analyzing all the time at what time he appears and when he leaves. It turned out that there is a pattern. He never leaves me at night, but he doesn't come for a few hours after noon. I was very afraid that he would somehow guess my escape and punish me. I got off easy last time. Yesterday I heard a knock on the door. My best friend Adam came. He lost me and wanted to know if I was okay. But I didn't go out to him. It was made clear to me that this shouldn't be done. I've scheduled my escape for tomorrow. I have thought everything through carefully. The most important thing is to get out of the house. He can't do anything to me from the outside. At least that's what I thought. At exactly 12:15, I climbed out onto the roof through the window of my room. As I had calculated earlier, he wasn't there. I got off the roof of the annex and ran to Adam. I ran without stopping for 30 minutes because I was afraid to take the time to pick up the car from the garage. Adam and I have been friends for 10 years, and he is the only person I could trust in this. I'm not sure he believed me, but he still allowed me to stay with him until we decide what to do next. The next day Adam volunteered to pick up my things from home. I said I wouldn't go there again. I've pissed off my neighbor enough and he won't let it go. Adam came out of the house and silently handed me a phone with an open gallery of pictures. The whole house was turned upside down. Mirrors are broken, things are scattered. Only one mirror survived, my little round mirror. With trembling hands I opened it, and of course he was looking at me from there. He didn't stay in the house. I feel his presence and see him in the mirrors to this day.